Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to put some makeup on today. So, it's obviously been a while since I've sat down and filmed and all that stuff. You know, over the last year or so, we haven't had very many excuses to put makeup on, and so I've stopped putting it on like all together most days. And I wanted to have fun and put makeup on. So really that's what this video is for. I think I'm gonna catch you guys up on some things that are going on, and we can just talk about things. But yeah, I just wanted to do like a pretty casual video. I've got natural lighting, a little bit of faux lighting if you will, but I've been really loving natural lighting these days, so hopefully it looks good and the quality is there. If you want to see what I'm up to on a day-to-day basis, you can check out my Twitter and Instagram. It's at Kendra Cus on both. Those are the best places to stay up to date if you care. But without further ado, let's get right on into the video. Okay, so I just zoomed in because obviously we are doing makeup today. For primer, I don't really care what I use for primer. I'm using this little Tatcha silk canvas. I used to have the big one and it lasted a long time and I still love it, but it's like 50 bucks and I don't want to spend that money right now. Speaking of spending money, I just spent $300 on Sephora because they have the big sale going on, and so I kind of wanted to talk about that when I get it because I love makeup and we could do a haul maybe. I'm also going in with this Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter, which if you've been around my channel for the last couple of years and seen my like makeup-y videos, then you know that this is nothing new. In fact, this one's almost out and I do have a replacement, but I use that all the time because it's so pretty. Guess who is halfway vaxxed? Me! I'm halfway vaxxed. So I got, what's the one I got? Pfizer. And I got my first one on April 3rd, which today is the 9th. So it's almost been a week. Anyway, so yeah, my next appointment is the 24th. They like automatically set it for me, which was nice because it's really hard to get an appointment right now where I live. My sister had a really hard time getting her appointment. She finally got her first dose today. But a lot of my family members are having a hard time getting an appointment because all of the like availability is way far away, and I just don't think that we did a good job of making it easy for everyone to try to get an appointment. Like, I think there's a lot of confusing things going on, and it could just be where I live, but hopefully that starts to get better. But I'm so excited. I'm almost fully vaxxed, and I genuinely, seriously, highly encourage all of you to go do it as soon as you can, as soon as it's open in your area. So I don't even use foundation. Like, I honestly haven't used, I used to use BB cream or tinted moisturizers like on the regular, and I genuinely just haven't in the last year. And I actually really love the way my skin is looking. I've been very grateful to have good looking skin the last like year and a half. Before it was really bad. I had a lot of hormonal acne around the perimeter of my face that I did get on a certain type of medication. So I'm trying to embrace the beautiful skin that I'm so gratefully having right now. And I'm trying to embrace like French style makeups in some cases, and like they don't cover up their face really. So I'm just using concealer. My favorites are the First Aid Beauty Hello Fab Concealer and the Kosas, I don't even know what this is called, but it's the Kosas Concealer with the yellow top. However, First Aid Beauty recently lost their cruelty-free status, so when these run out, I will not be buying new ones. But I do think the Kosas is a really good dupe because it's super creamy. It's just a little more full coverage, and I prefer light to medium. It's not full coverage, the Kosas one, but I do prefer, it's like more medium, but I do prefer light coverage, because that's just what I like. But anyway, I just use like a mixture of the colors all across my face. There's not a lot of rhyme or reason, but basically the only thing I'm trying to cover up is my under eye circles and any redness or blemishes. If I don't have any of that, then I just let my skin breathe in those areas. I didn't even really use the Kosas one today. Let's put on a little bit for good measure. Anyway, I love makeup so much, but I just really like my skin to look as natural as possible. That's not how it always was for me. I used to love like full coverage or medium coverage foundations. So I haven't been posting like literally like at all. And I don't really have a lot to say about it, except for the fact that, maybe I do have a lot to say about it actually. I should have not said that. Except for the fact that my mental health has been struggling. And I know that a lot of us that struggle with that stuff have especially struggled in these times that we are living in right now. I value my, which is not right, but my like entire self-worth on my creative projects. So yeah, I value like my entire self-worth on my creative projects, which is obviously not what you should be doing at all. I'm just gonna add a little bit more right here. But it's something that I've struggled with my entire life because my personality type, I am an Enneagram 4, I'm a 4-wing 3. My Myers-Briggs, I'm an INFJ, and like I'm very creative. I love my creative projects and all that stuff. And something that has been suffering is my YouTube channel because I don't know how to do it anymore. And I know that sounds weird, but I'll kind of explain. By the way, this is like the best powder ever. It's new, it's from Cos. I have the shade Breezy. They have a couple of different shades, but it's kind of basically translucent and it doesn't take away any of your natural dewiness, but it sets the makeup and looks so stunning. Anyways, so I obviously started, I don't even know what I was saying before, but I started my YouTube journey, my channel. Essentially, what I always wanted from my channel was to kind of be more on the lifestyle side of YouTube, I guess you could say. Mainly because I knew I loved filming and editing vlogs, mainly travel vlogs. I do like a weekly vlog as long as it's not just like me doing nothing all week. That's why I don't film them super often, because I'm obviously not an influencer with like thousands of dollars coming in a week from influencer stuff. So like I can't go out and buy stuff all the time like these influencers do. You know, I don't know. Anyway, so I wanted to be more on the lifestyle with like an emphasis in beauty, and this was during like my massive reading slump, like my 3-year reading slump. Next product, by the way, I'm going to use this Cos Bronzer in the shade Light. Mine is broken, but that's fine because I still have a lot of product left and it still closes and stays closed, so that's all that matters. Obviously, I ended up falling a little bit more into the beauty side of things when I first started. I mean, if you've been around my channel for this long, then you probably already know, but if you have only recently been a subscriber over the last 2 years when I've mainly been focusing on books as well as lifestyle content, then you might not know that like my channel basically originated, but it was so much easier to do beauty videos, and I fell in love with makeup, and I had fallen in love with makeup over the course of the couple of years because I had been watching so many beauty YouTubers, because obviously that was the popular thing, you know, at that time. From like 2014 to like 2017, like beauty YouTube like ran YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Like the beauty YouTubers were like everything. Anyway, so I started off doing beauty lifestyle and I loved it. But I think towards the end of 2018, I realized that like my motivation had kind of dried up for it, mainly because in the end, do I love makeup and I loved putting on makeup and all that kind of stuff? Absolutely. But it just wasn't what I wanted for my YouTube channel. I always wanted my YouTube channel to be a little bit where I could be a little bit, I don't know, more myself. And it's not that I wasn't myself when I was filming beauty YouTube videos, because I definitely was, but I guess the best way to put it is it was authentic to a certain extent to me, but it wasn't as authentic as I wanted it to be. It wasn't the most authentic to me, and like that is such an important thing to me. Like I am so like I will never if something is not authentic to me, I will not even go near it with a 10-foot pole. That's just my personality. I don't know what else to say about it other than that, you know. I don't know. Around that same time, I had fallen in love with reading again. I had always followed there was like 1 or 2 booktubers I had followed. I'm only gonna use a little bit of brow pencil because I don't know if you can tell, but I just recently dyed them. My natural brows are like bleach blonde. That's just how they are. And I don't need a lot of color. I'm just gonna give myself a little bit because I'm gonna do a full face of makeup kind of, so I don't want them to look like super sparse, which they already are. So going back to what I was saying, I had already followed a couple of booktubers over the last, honestly, for like quite a long time now, because I used to be a big reader. It only recently, only over like from 2015 did I get into a reading slump. 2015 to about the end of 2018. And so I had started reading again, and I had fallen in love with certain books, and I decided like, let's incorporate books into my channel. My intention was never to be a full-on booktuber. Like I said, like my goal has always to kind of be a lifestyle booktuber. But when I started like kind of posting more booktube content, I fell in love with it. And I thought, I'm somebody who just is obsessed with talking about their passions. If somebody asks me about it, I could go on forever. And so I loved talking about these books that I was so passionate about. Like I loved it. And I think it was honestly, it felt like a kind of a natural transition in a sense, because it just felt so true to a lot of what I wanted. It wasn't true to everything, but it was true to a lot of what I wanted. You know, some people have followed along with this story, and I haven't said like everything about it, so some people might not even know. During this whole booktube journey, I was working a corporate desk job at the beginning, and I eventually quit that to go be a personal like executive assistant, which was the worst job ever for me, but I thought it was temporary. And I'll tell you why. Because I accepted it in the fall of 2019. At the time, I was going through an interview process for my dream job, which, spoiler alert, I did get, but I'm not currently working. And I'll explain that in just a second. But, so I was just, I was basically, I was happy. I was reading, I was posting about reading and all that stuff. I missed posting more makeup content, so occasionally I'd post a makeup video here or there, a get ready with me, whatever, I don't know, you know what I mean, like whatever felt natural at the time, because I felt like I had kind of gotten myself into a, oh no, I'm like a full-on booktuber, and I don't know if I wanted that. So I tried to make like these makeup videos. Anyway, now that this story has been like so all over the place, typically I use this Patrick Ta She's So LA, and I really like the color of it. It's like this peachy bronzy color, but I'm kind of feeling more of a bright blush today, so I'm gonna go grab one. So I'm kind of gonna mix together this ColourPop blush stick and the shade is gone, but it's like a bright corally, and I'm gonna use a little bit of the Milk Makeup Shade and Perk because it's a little bit more dewy, and I kind of want a dewy finish. Anyway, I don't even know exactly what I was saying, but to get back on topic, I had applied for that job and I had gotten it, but I didn't know I got it till January 31st of last year. So that was obviously pre-pandemic. That was before we ever thought it would turn into what it did in the United States. Like, that was well before the disaster struck. The disaster of COVID struck. I was supposed to start training for this job, and if you've been around my channel, I don't talk about it very often, but I've said it in a couple of vlogs, and I was supposed to be, well, I am still, by the way, I'm supposed to be, but I was supposed to go to training to be a flight attendant, and that was supposed to start last May. Well, obviously in March, they sent out an email saying, probably not gonna happen anytime soon. You still have your job, it's just a matter of when we can get you guys in here safely and stuff like that. Well, all of us a whole year ago, think about how we were all a whole year ago. No one thought it would take as long as it did for COVID to go away. I think we were all under the assumption that like maybe we would have kind of a crappy spring and summer, and then, you know, by the end of summer, COVID would be like kind of under control or whatever. Yeah, obviously we were way off with that one, but I was under the impression like, oh yeah, even if I don't start training this spring, I'll probably start it, you know, in the summer or fall or something like that. Well, here we are a whole year later from when they sent that email out. Well, a little bit more than a year since they sent that email out saying like we weren't sure when training is gonna happen. And obviously I haven't been to training. So just to kind of like help you understand, I was at the point last year where I thought I was finally going to be able to transition my YouTube channel into what I always wanted it to be, which would be like a lifestyle channel with an emphasis on travel and beauty, and I would talk about books like once a month. Like I would post like a wrap up or like what I've been reading recently, and whenever I'd vlog, I would talk about whatever book I was reading, because I still love books so much. I still read. I'm still obsessed with talking about the books that I read, and that's why I don't want to give up talking about the books that I read. So I was under the impression that that was so close in my reach, being able to talk about books, being able to travel, post travel vlogs all the time, show you the life of a flight attendant for a major US airline. But I thought that was so close, and now here we are again, over a whole year later. I mean, I got the job January 31st, so it's been like 15 months since I even got the job, which is so wild to think about. And the hiring process was a 6-month process, and preparing for the hiring process was like also like another 6-month process. So I had been working towards this job for like literally 1.5 to 2 years. Like that's how long I had been preparing by the time I got the job, it was like a 1.5 to 2 year whole thing. So I obviously did not get to start my channel the way I wanted it to be, which is no one's fault because COVID happened. But obviously it kind of made things, it made me very confused with what I wanted to do with my channel, with my life, with my creativity, all that stuff. And to be honest, I'm still not 100% sure like what I want to be putting out on my YouTube channel right now, because I'm still not in training, which by the way, we got an update from my airline and it looks like we will be training sometime this fall. So it is coming. But because the demand in travel is increasing like big time, I still am not at that point where I get to be posting what I want to be posting, which are vlogs, talking about beauty, talking about books, that kind of stuff, talking about where I'm headed this week for work or whatever, you know, the flight attendant vlogs and stuff like that. But I decided that I kind of want to open the door to get to that point. So I want to be posting more stuff like that. So I still want to try to put out, which I didn't do last month, I don't think, but I want to put out weekly vlog once a month where I just vlog what I'm doing that day or that week. I want to put out like, if we're able to travel again soon, I want to put out more travel vlogs and stuff like that. I want to put out occasional makeup videos, but I still want to talk about the books I'm reading. So I don't feel like we're super far from all of that. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like, you know, people are getting vaccinated and a lot of stuff is looking up for everyone. It's yeah, like a lot of stuff is looking up, going well and all that. I did not mean to put like a peachy color on my eye, but here we are with a little bit of peachy color. So let me figure out what I'm gonna put on my lid. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna use this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Amaze, which is much brighter than what I wanted to put on my lids today, but I searched for about a minute and then I was just mad that I was still searching. So anyway, I don't even know exactly what I was saying, but the point of it, this whole conversation essentially was to just tell you that I want to start putting out the content that I think is the direction my channel will go when I have the opportunity, more so after I'm officially a flight attendant and I get to train and then I get to go fly everywhere. And I know that to some people that might not be what they want to hear, but in the end, this is my channel and I have to do what makes me happy and I have to do what, you know, works with my life. And that is going to be, you know, putting out that kind of content. Now that being said, I know I mentioned it earlier, but just to reiterate the fact that I do plan on posting about my books. Like I love talking about books that I'm reading. I love talking about that kind of stuff, so that's not going away. It'll just be more of a little bit of a mix of all that kind of stuff. So like, you know, if you don't want to see that kind of stuff, then you don't have to, but you can skip those videos I post if you're not into it. But if you are into it, they'll be there for your viewing. But anyways, I recently was struggling big time with my mental health, and it's not something that gets fixed overnight, but I feel like I am on the right track to getting it fixed, and I feel a little bit better every day, which is very important. Right now I'm just gonna go back into this Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter for a highlight. And by making this decision, like I have tried to film this particular video for like 4 weeks now, as well as what I've been reading recently, and I keep having breakdowns before I can even get to filming because I just don't feel like, okay, yeah, this is basically gone. Okay, I have a mini travel one that I'll just use right now and then I'll throw this away and use my new one. I just feel like it's the content I was putting out wasn't true to myself, and then every time I'd get close to filming, I'd have a breakdown because I just didn't feel good enough anymore. And I had been, you know, hadn't posted in so long, and it just, everything felt so weird. And so I think I'm getting on the right track now. I think what I want to post is what will make me happy and what will feel authentic and true to who I am and to what I love and to what I want to be putting out. And yeah, I hope that it works for you guys too, and that you guys enjoy the kind of stuff I put out. That being said, I don't know how often I'm gonna be able to put out videos again. I know like way back in the day when I was a beauty YouTuber, I was pumping those things out 3 times a week. Oh my goodness. And it was a lot of work. It was like a full-on part-time job in addition to my full-time job. And I don't think I'm ever gonna be at that point in my life. I'm thinking maybe going forward once a week, if we're lucky, 2 times a week. And then when I am working my flight attendant job when I get to be that, it'll probably be 2 times a week. So it'll probably be like a vlog and then some other kind of video. I'm just gonna put on some mascara. This is the Glossier Lash Slick, and I'll just cut this part out because you guys don't need to see me put mascara on. If you watched my vlog that says I literally, like the title of the vlog is literally I got laid off while filming this, then you know that I got laid off of my executive assistant job due to like COVID and financial things, and the company just didn't spend their money smart, so they couldn't afford to have an assistant anymore, and that's just how it happened. Yeah, and then I took like 10 days off while filming that vlog because I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna use this content because I obviously literally got laid off and I was not in a good place. But then I quickly got another job and I'm doing that right now. And I have to wake up some mornings for the job at freaking 5:30 in the morning. And if anyone truly knows me, you know that like I stay up, like my natural way of life is staying up till 2 a.m. and waking up around anywhere from 9 to 10. And that's like not me like being lazy or whatever. That's just how my body clock like naturally, that's what my body loves. I do my best creative thinking after midnight, like all that kind of stuff. It's a nice job and it is in the airline industry, so it gets me a foot into the airline industry for when I do become a flight attendant, which is nice. I do like that. And I get minor flight benefits, so I haven't used them yet. Hopefully soon. Hopefully for like some domestic travel, hopefully sometime soon when things become better. But I'm almost fully vaxxed, so you can go anywhere in the US according to the CDC now. Apparently, if you are fully vaccinated, you can go anywhere in the US without having to quarantine or provide negative COVID tests. So let's find some sort of lip product to put on and then we'll be done. I am feeling remarkably lazy, so I'm just gonna put on this Glossier lip gloss. It's like the red one, and call it good. Okay guys, if you are still here and you listen to that whole spiel, thank you for watching. You definitely didn't have to, but I love you for doing it. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of get back to my roots and start posting more things that felt more authentic to me, which would be like a makeup video like this occasionally, or when I get that massive Sephora haul I was talking about at the beginning of this video, I will film a Sephora haul. And I also have hella books to haul. Like I'm talking like, I'm scared of the number of books I need to haul, and I do need to film a reading wrap up as well because I have a lot of books to talk about because I haven't filmed one of those since like February, I think. Or maybe it was January, I can't remember. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did, love you for it. And if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have never seen my face before, or you're brand new to this channel or whatever, make sure to subscribe. I hope you want to stick around. If not, that's totally okay. Thank you for watching today anyways. But I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a great morning, noon, evening, day, night, whatever happens to be that you're watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.